What's up, y'all? This is Ender from TheOrdinaryGamer.com, and today we are talking about The Taken King, or TTK. I'm very curious to see what you guys think about it. I, for one, loving it. Of course, there's some things that are kind of annoying about it, but for the most part, I can't complain. I've really enjoyed playing it so far, and I hope you guys have too. So today we're going to be talking about the changes to the game, the story. There is a story, believe it or not. The quests, which is basically what you're going to be doing in the game, the kind of stuff you do in the game. And of course the raid, for those of you that have braved it, this is a piece of the raid that I'm actually doing right now, and what you guys think of that so far. So without further ado, we will start talking about the changes to the game. I think that's the first thing that you notice when you first start playing, obviously, is the changes to the way that you approach the game, I guess is the best way I could put it. It's very, very, very difficult thing for me to do was to realize that I had to let go of my old gear. I loved my old gear. I made my old gear, the stuff that you always carry, like your Gjallarhorn. And you start playing, and suddenly there's a green that is stronger than your legendaries and exotics. Your Gjallarhorn is like nothing next to a machine gun, a green machine gun that you just got. And it's kind of hard to let it go. At first, I was getting greens and blues, and I wasn't deleting them, but I wasn't equipping them also. Like, I just kept hanging on to what I had. It was a bit of an adjustment to let go of that. But eventually I got some blues and some greens, and I started getting my light level up so that I could do higher level stuff. The stuff that they do now is it's pretty hard if you don't have the light level for it. But I'm not complaining. I like it. I like the weapons. I like the guns. I like the armor. I like the changes. So I'm not complaining about it. I'm just saying that it was an adjustment. What I am complaining about is a slight troll that Bungie did to us. They've doubled our vault space a week before everything in our vault is completely useless and you could just delete it at this point. And they told us not to delete it, to wait until this came out, because they insinuated that we were going to be getting legendary marks for all these legendaries that we've amassed. And it turns out that's only for your 2 legendaries. So basically you just get a bunch of crap that you could have just gotten if you would have just broken it down. When you first got it, it didn't matter. It was useless. It was pointless. And so is the vault space that we have now. So thank you, Bungie, for that cute little troll. I ain't mad at you, though. Good game. I do have to say that I also like that everything that you can possibly equip is attached to your light level in some way. So everything has a point. It's not just purely aesthetic. I know some of you guys like just having pretty stuff, and that's cool. And I probably will too once I get to a point to where everything that I own is badass. But until then, I am perfectly happy and excited about higher light gear, even if it's an artifact or a ghost. I think that adds a lot more to it than, oh, that's cute, that's pretty, I'm going to wear that. So I'm happy with that. I think they did a good job with that also. And moving on to the story. The story, believe it or not, is actually there this time, and it's pretty good. I like it a lot. Clade is he's the hunter, vanguard, captain, general, whatever you want to call it. And he is, the guy that's down there in that table that usually just makes snide remarks as you walk by, or some kind of remarks, because you usually don't even pay attention to it. He actually has a big part in this story, and he's actually good. For those of you that kind of recognize the voice, my biggest thing that I remember him from, obviously, is going to be Firefly, or the movie Serenity. A lot of guys told me that they remember him because of a show called Castle. I never watched it. I heard it was good. Maybe I will one day, give it a quick binge watch on Netflix. But the guy brings a very good change to the story, add some personality, some character, and it made for a good story. And I think that he kind of stole the story and made it what it was and made it good. So definitely worth experiencing the story on this one. And that's a good thing, because that was what was missing from the first year of Destiny, in my opinion. And moving on to quests and bounties, I think that they're pretty good, actually. Obviously, we still have the bounties, but the bounties, the way they work now, the things that you do for your bounties has changed a lot. It's not so much based around going out there and doing a specific mission all over again that you don't really want to do, and it's not really worth the experience that you get for the time that you spend. Now, most of your bounties are based around getting them, doing things that you would normally do. Like if you're playing in the Crucible, you would normally get the Crucible bounties, doing regular Crucible stuff. And if you like to do the PvE, which is what I prefer to do, you can get the bounties, the Vanguard bounties, just by playing the quests and stories that you normally would. You don't have to play a specific one just to get it. And I like that about that. I like the way it works. It flows much, much better. And the actual quests that you get on here are pretty cool. They seem to make more story or single player out of what's really a pretty short story. The actual Taken King storyline is actually pretty short. It's about, I guess, 3 to 4 hours. But with all the quests that they add to it, I still have quests coming up. I still get quests to do. I still have quests that I have not done, and I like it. I enjoy it. I think that's a very good move on their parts. And you don't just get XP for most of these quests. You get gear that you need. You get stuff that you need, stuff that matters. You can get a sword from one of them. So yeah, this is definitely a great move and a great incentive to keep playing and doing these quests, whereas bounties were just these little things that you did when you were bored. Quests have become a part of the game, and I think that was smart, and I think that was good, and no complaints. And as for the raid, I don't want to ruin it for you, although you're seeing how to get past this part now. I hope you, if you needed to know, now you know. I love it. I think it's great. I haven't beat it yet. This right here is as far as I've gotten. The next part is the War Priest, and I'm stuck there. So yeah, anybody that wants to help me get past that part, I would greatly appreciate that, because the guys that I play with, I'll pick up from the beginning, we'll get there, and then it's been a long time and we're done. So I keep making it to the War Priest, but never past that. So I'm curious to know what you guys think about it, what you guys think about the whole game. So please drop me a comment. I usually reply to all comments. And follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook. And thanks for watching. Have a good one.